Oh, it is so lovely to be back in the warm confines of another episode of Clickheads. My name's Archie, and I'm joined by a very handsome and slightly well-groomed man today. His name's Bretz. Hey, buddy.
Where's this flattery coming from? This doesn't make sense.
I'm in a particularly good mood today when we're recording this podcast.
We are. We should say hello, Clickheads. Very good to be with you. We are recording this bright and early, the day after State of Origin Game 1.
Yep.
For international listeners, of which you just heard, we actually do have some.
We've got plenty. We are big in Michigan.
We are big in the Sunshine Coast and Detroit.
And we're actually in the midst of planning the live show in Detroit. We're just trying to find the right location and venue.
I know you're joking, but how funny would it be for a podcast like 8 episodes in to be like, live from Detroit? Now, this is a podcast with next to no money or revenue. But
when you say next to, I would argue with no money. There's no next to no. There's no revenue being generated from this yet.
I guess next to no money is still... No, you're right. I was going to try and get you on semantics, but you're 100% right. We have no money.
And you're the lawyer out of the two of us too.
Well, I'm not an accountant.
No, whatever.
So we... All right, so we're going to Detroit. Where would we do the live show in Detroit? I wanted to do it like, you know how politicians...
Yeah.
They're like, I'm doing a listening tour before they run for president around the US. I would like to see a world where we do Clickheads live from like a shut down automobile plant for some reason.
Oh,
like,
so it's a bit husky and...
It's like we're sitting on like burnt out shells of cars and we're like, we understand what this country is going through.
Well,
and now a Wikipedia game.
Would you mind if I pitch my potential location for a live podcast show in Detroit?
I'd be genuinely furious if you didn't.
I think we should do it on 8 Mile Road, right?
Was that like 8 Mile of like Eminem's 8 Mile?
Absolutely. I think what we do is we find out one of the locations where Eminem did one of his famous rap battles in those very, very polite and non-confrontational rooms that he used to compete in.
Yeah.
I think that is where we do our very first live podcast show in Detroit. And you know what? We've just employed someone at the office to be the podcast producer. I think she would love to organise that as one of her first orders of business.
Yeah, when we tell Paige, hey, welcome to the office, all we need from you is to organise a 8 Mile themed live show from Detroit. We're hoping for Wednesday. That'd be great for us. Thanks, Paige.
That'd be awesome.
I think that's a good idea because I would say the spirit of Eminem runs strong through this program. I would say,
I agree.
A couple of white guys trying to make good. And that's always been what we do.
Yeah, exactly.
What did he call himself in 8 Mile? Because he wasn't...
Rabbit.
Yeah. Not as cool as Eminem.
No.
When did he make that decision?
It was a transition name for him in his rap world.
Rabbit.
Yeah.
Anyway. Well, we thank you to our listeners from Detroit, of which we will be diving into Claire's Clickhead suggestion next. But for those of you who aren't listening, big rugby league football game last night between two states of Australia, and we record this and live in Queensland, the Maroon state, the state that I would say famously and colloquially gets Origin, usually has famous victories, usually despite being the underdogs manages to eke out a win. But last night that didn't happen. Last night, New South Wales, the yuppies from the harbour managed to
put on a clinic.
That's definitely not what happened. This is not a rugby league podcast, but that is definitely not what happened.
So look, we won't turn this into a sports podcast, but let's just say the better team won on the night.
Again, I disagree with that. I sincerely think that what happened last night, to put it in podcasting terms.
Yeah, I would appreciate a few Detroit references in this analogy.
I'll try my best. It would be like if someone, and they wouldn't because we're a team, but let's say you and I were opposing. I was like, who was better on the podcast today, Archie or Bretz? And then if for the last 20 minutes of the podcast I left, and people are like, well, Archie was definitely better there at the end. That's what happened.
I hated that analogy. I can't say analogy today.
That's basically what happened.
Yeah, well,
anyway.
We're going to put our rivalry aside for the podcast today. Look, if you
Our heated rivalry, some might say.
Oh, very good.
Though I think in that show, maybe not a comparison we want to make because I believe it is largely about gay men, which is fine.
Right, Claire. Thank you. I mean, as we're about to work out, I don't know anything about our end goal today, but this is how the game works if you're new to Clickheads. We are trying to get from one random Wikipedia page to another with 5 hyperlink clicks or less.
Yeah, that's right. So the little blue underlined links within a Wikipedia page, we get 5 of those. We get 30 minutes on the clock.
Yep.
We cannot use Control F.
Nope.
So we can't we have to scroll manually sometimes through very long documents.
It's very arduous.
Very arduous work. And we have to What else? We can't click on countries.
Yes.
We realized early on that clicking on a country is a little bit of a cheat as a way to just get there. And there is one final rule that hasn't foiled us yet, but is always ever present.
We have a booby trap. And if at any point during the game we land on a page where we read out or see the name Rowan Atkinson,
as of Mr. Bean,
as of Johnny English,
as of Blackadder,
as of another reference I can't think of at the moment.
You can't do a fourth Rowan Come on.
Blackadder. Did you say that?
I said that.
Oh,
There's
God,
one
what
you're
else did he do?
obsessed with. Come on, man.
Mr. Bean.
Rat Race. Your favourite movie.
I just wanted to hear you say it. I just wanted to hear you say
The 2001 comedy Rat Race, Archie's favourite movie, which no normal human has thought of since 2001.
Some people say his best performance in film.
Archie, just for context, one day on the radio show we do when we're not doing this, like basically derailed the radio show for coming up on 4 minutes to basically paraphrase the plot of the film Rat Race. And I was stunned into submission. I was like, why do you have an encyclopedic scholar-level knowledge of the 2001 film Rat Race?
It's a great... we've got two guests in the podcast studio today. Have either of you two, Paige and Ava, have you seen Rat Race, the movie? Ava is saying it's the best movie she's ever seen.
No, that's not true.
Ava was born
9 years after that film came out. So
it's really weird how much we know about our work experience girl, Ava. We've learned a lot about her, and it's only been 4 days.
Well, that's because, it's a welcoming work environment.
Yeah. So what are we talking about? Rat Race. Great movie. Go watch it tonight.
Okay, yeah, please do. Now, we've got to get from today, as you heard in the intro there from Claire, Clickhead, who has suggested all the way from Detroit. We have to get from the game Tetris, which, of course, is the one with the bricks and making them fit together, which I believe was the official slogan of Tetris when they brought it out. They said it's bricks and making them fit. And so you've got to ram the brick into a space, and then a very different kind of ramming with Heated Rivalry.
Okay, so I don't know what that is because Claire says she's actually going to, for the first time in Clickhead's history, she's giving us 2 options. We can either get to
we can get to the TV show or the book. I think we should make a decision right now to go for the TV show.
Okay.
I didn't know that Heated Rivalry was adapted from a book, so I'm pretty happy. Very generous of Claire to give us a sort of option, a sort of mercy rule, but I'm happy to go with the TV show.
Okay, what was it about?
My understanding, without having watched it, it was a drama set in Canada, and it was 2 male hockey players who fall in love in the hyper-masculine world of professional sport where, as we know here in Australia as well, homosexuality is not accepted and is people are very derogatory towards it, even in today's standards. So,
so
I think it is a gay. Am I getting this right? Does anyone watch Heated Rivalry?
Mate, our guests in the studio.
Sorry, the guests haven't seen Rat Race or Heated Rivalry, guys. No one's done their homework.
No.
Bloody hell.
Come on, mate. Rat Race. If you haven't seen that, you haven't seen anything. So
Heated Rivalry is
definitely ice hockey. Are you sure about that?
Yep.
Okay.
Colloquially, I believe it is the gay ice hockey show. It's like if Brokeback Mountain was
on an ice rink.
Was hockey and ice.
Clip that. Use that for whatever you need.
Again, HBO. Can't believe they, that's a pitch.
But just before we start, you know how you were saying Tetris, the video game?
Yeah.
And you gave a really long way of explaining it. Can you
I don't know about that.
Just for the purposes of entertainment, I want you to, right now, you've come up with the idea for Tetris. You don't have any money, but you found some angel investors. You're going to a meeting.
So it's like a Shark Tank.
Your Shark Tank pitching Tetris for the first time. I want you to pitch the game of Tetris. I have got $1 billion in my pockets. It's over to you.
You know when you're playing Mario Kart, but you wish it was fucking boring? Well, we've got the game for you.
I'm interested.
Tell
me more.
Let me tell you, this is about what pitching is about. It's about getting your... So I want to, as a startup, create this incredible game Tetris. And then in years from now, the government's going to change the capital gains tax discount, and I'm going to get really mad when I try to sell this. But that's irrelevant. Right now...
You're losing me.
No, okay.
You're losing me.
Come back.
Oh, I've got places to be.
How, when you're building a wall and you're thinking, how the damn heck am I going to make this wall fit together? You know when you've done that, Mr. Angel Investor, Mr. Magnificent, Mr. Wonderful on Shark Tank.
Yeah,
Mr. Wonderful. I want to. When you're building a wall and you want to make the bricks fit together.
Yeah.
Imagine if that was a game.
Okay.
I can't really say, why is Tetris fun now that I think it is a hard game to put into...
Well, look, if I was there...
Imagine if you were building a wall, but it was also raining bricks at the same time. Now, immediately, as a tradesperson, that's a hard day on the job. You've turned up, it's Monday, you're probably still coming down from like the MDMA you did on the weekend. You're like, oh, fuck, can't believe I'm on the job site again.
Yeah.
Get me a 6-litre ice break and a pie. All right, high-vis on. Holy shit! Not only do I have to build a wall, but it's raining bricks. What a crazy day for me.
Now,
I guess I could, if I'm resourceful, I can shift the bricks into the shape to build the wall. If
look,
I nail this, my job is done very quickly. But if not, the wall's going to go to the top.
Now, I'm kind of interested. I'm willing to give you my money.
You want to invest?
However, I don't see what's so challenging about equal-sized bricks raining down and me having to build a wall. Do you have an answer to that?
Are you fucking insane, bro? Imagine if the bricks fell down in the wrong... They're coming so fast, you see, investor, that if the bricks landed wrong...
But are they all the same shape?
They are the same shape, but here's where it gets different. Not at the same angle.
Holy shit.
Yeah, dude.
Holy shit. The kids are going to love this.
So if one brick falls and there is still a gap... The bricks are raining. The condensation of brick is so fast, my brother, that you don't have time to be like, ooh, and switch. Very hard to do in an audio medium. What I'm trying to explain.
Well, there was a guy who once, or a girl, who created Tetris who would have had to go through this process. So.
Well, do you want me to, before we even go into Wikipedia, do you want me to tell you something? There is a film that came out, I believe, in 2024 called Tetris, and the making of Tetris is genuinely quite interesting because there was Russians involved. And when Russians are involved...
I hope we go through that.
Well, that's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking could be our strategy. Should we start?
We should. I just have one quick question. I know you might have been able to pick this up on the mics, but we do have our work experience girl, Ava, here, who was born in 2010. We found out yesterday. Do you know what Tetris is? Okay, cool. She said yes, of course, if you couldn't hear that.
And even if you didn't, you just got an incredibly airtight explanation of what it is, so it doesn't matter.
Just before we get going, one last question. I honestly thought Tetris...
You've said one last question like 8 times.
I thought that the bricks were different shapes.
Well, they're in...
Are they sometimes there's 2 bricks, but sometimes they're long bricks?
I think the bricks themselves, because some of them are already coagulated.
Okay, whatever.
Who gives a shit?
I do. I need to know my topic. Okay, let's go.
All right, we're going to start... Are we starting the clock? All right.
Let's start the clock.
Now.
Let's go.
And... Okay, so we got 30 minutes and we got 5 clicks. We are at Tetris. Tetris...
Are you on that page?
I am indeed.
Okay, good.
Now, I was immediately correct about the Russian thing. It is a puzzle video game created by Alexei Pajitnov, a Soviet software engineer in the mid-1980s. So this is where I think a bit of Cold War comes in. In Tetris, falling pieces consisting of 4 connected blocks, known as tetrominos, must be sorted into a pile.
Okay.
I'm going to say it, I wasn't that far off in terms of the way I was describing it.
I disagree. You didn't even use their buzzword, tetrominos, which everyone knows is what they're called.
That's what they almost call dominoes.
You gave me some weird story about building a brick wall. It couldn't be anything further than what it actually is.
Okay, at risk of making this podcast actually interesting, this is kind of cool. Alexei Pajitnov was a speech recognition and artificial intelligence researcher at blah, blah, blah. So he was in AI quite early. Little did he know his innovations would one day lead to men saying, hey, Grok, make Sabrina Carpenter dance at my high school or whatever.
Mate, sorry to sidetrack, but recently we were told or read about a story where there is beef between the creator of Tetris and the guy who invented the Rubik's Cube. And they recently, as of about less than 12 months ago, came together because there was some collaboration that was, we're talking 30, 40 years in the making. But the interesting part of the article said, in a rare appearance together, they combined. And you and I could not get over why have the Tetris and the Rubik's Cube guy had beef.
Yeah,
their games are so different, and yet clearly they don't like being in the same room as each other.
I guess they both involve cubes.
Do you reckon that... I don't know which one was invented first, but do you think like the Tetris guy reckons, oh, he's just ripped off my game and...
I mean, you'd have to think the Rubik's Cube was invented before Tetris.
Yeah, because it's a video game.
Tetris. Yeah. Rubik's Cube wouldn't surprise me if it was like, that was around in the 1600s.
But it wasn't.
The Rubik's Cube.
Yes, because it couldn't have been because the guy who invented that and the guy who invented Tetris got together.
That's a great point.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it is crazy that there is beef. I mean, there's beef between radio stations and podcasters. You know, you and I have an ongoing beef with Hamish and Andy that I do think will end in bloodshed eventually. And Hamish and Andy, if you're listening to this, we will fucking shank you if you come for us again, because we're kind of on equal footing as podcasts. And
I just got an email. Hamish and Andrew are planning on doing a live podcast in Detroit next week.
That's so annoying.
Fuck, that irritates me.
That's so annoying.
Just when you think you've come up with an original idea.
They're calling it Hey Michigan and Andy.
It's even a better fucking
They've got
name.
a great pun and everything. So annoying. It's honestly too long for the game, but this is genuinely interesting about like Soviet copyright law. The state-run organization Elektron Org Technica, which sounds like a Daft Punk song from 2006, had a monopoly on the import and export of the software. So this guy who invented it basically had to sell it illegally, and the state-run people were basically. This is what I think formed the movie. This is the plot of the film, and the film I believe stars Taron Egerton. Now, do you know the movie that Taron Egerton? Do you know why Taron Egerton is like viral at the moment?
Of course I do, mate. But do you?
Yeah, I do. I asked.
I know, but do you know? Can you tell me? I'll tell you if you're right.
Well, he was in Apex. Do you know
Apex,
that?
yeah. Yeah. That's the one where he goes like,
It is that one. Very good.
I've seen the references.
Have you seen the film?
Was that a good sound effect? I haven't seen it yet.
So, I actually didn't think it was that good. But
what would you rather, watch that movie or play Tetris?
Sincerely, play Tetris. Oh, no, Charlize Theron is very magnetic in the movie, so I'd probably keep watching. No, the movie it was fine. But that scene, the what do you call it? A sound that is going around that everyone is doing. But then it's like, you've got 10 minutes. You've got till the end of this song to get away, and then he's gonna kill her. And it's the song, the Chemical Brothers song.
Yep.
Everybody's doing do do do. It's that. So he's in that movie as well. So whether that's a way to get there.
Oh.
Because he's...
That whole time, I thought you were just doing a movie reference. I didn't realise that we were actually...
Well...
That was strategy.
Well, this is what's strange is that...
Because I've got a strategy too.
In the film, it says film dramatization up here. Now, what are we trying to get to again?
Heated Rivalry.
So there is weirdly a Wikipedia page for the concept of doing a film. No, that's not true. It just goes straight to Tetris. I wonder if we go to the Tetris movie as a way of getting
into
to
the
HBO.
Film world. Now,
because HBO, I believe, HBO made Heated Rivalry.
You have led us down a bad path before with your theories about HBO and the shows that they make.
I know. I think we've literally done this.
Well, we've gone down that path before, and it didn't lead to Chernobyl, which is what we wanted.
That's right.
Not the event to happen, but the page to exist so we could click on it.
I don't think we released that episode, but yes, you're right. It didn't get it. That was that was in one of our practice episodes. If you can believe from the quality of this podcast that we actually practiced, maybe practice doesn't make perfect.
Can I provide an alternative strategy?
Yep.
Right, and I like kind of forward thinking a little bit. It's really interesting bit of history with Tetris. It was the first puzzle video game on the Nintendo 64, which is a hyperlink, and that is how it garnered a cult following. Now, we click on Nintendo 64. I wonder if on that page they list some of the breakthrough games that existed on Nintendo 64. Maybe there was an ice hockey game.
Oh, I think that's a stretch.
I mean, everything's a stretch.
True.
I am the guy who last week on the podcast famously let us down what are many saying the worst clickheads decision in the history of this 7-episode podcast.
I believe Clickhead James sent us a message being like, I was literally screaming at my phone while I was like listening to that you took us to standard definition. That was our worst episode was last week, 100%. And not many podcasts
was interesting.
I didn't say it wasn't interesting, but it wasn't helpful. And maybe I think we go the film route. I kind of like what you're going down, but I can't think of it. Like your big if on your strategy is that Nintendo released an ice hockey game, and I simply don't think that happened.
Or maybe they did a big launch event in Montreal or something.
Huge if. What if what? I'm trying. Was there like Super Mario ice hockey?
No.
Here we go. Waluigi, and then he's like hitting the putt. What is it?
Okay, you're playing Mario. It's
called Mario on Ice.
Yeah. Okay, Mario on Ice. You got your 8 characters from Mario Kart. Who do you reckon would be the best at ice hockey?
Waluigi, because he's got long arms.
You mean Waluigi?
Waluigi. What did I call him?
Waluigi.
Isn't that his name?
That's racist. That is so racist. To all the Italian men who wear berets with a big W on their hat.
Are we certain Waluigi is Italian? Because the Mario brothers are most definitely Italian.
I don't know where Waluigi's from, actually.
Me neither.
I was still willing to call you a racist based on the impronunciation
I think
of
he's
it.
Eastern European as well. I'm going to say...
You know what? If he was from, like, one of those Eastern European countries, your Polands, your Serbias
I was thinking he's Albanian. Because I went to Albania recently and there were a lot of blokes rocking around like Waluigi. Let me tell you that much.
Well, they had, like, jagged moustaches and stuff like him.
Dressed in purple only with yellow features, trying to hurt a dinosaur on a motorbike.
Well,
That was the most part of what I saw in Albania.
If I could choose, I'd put Bowser in at goalkeeper in a game of ice hockey.
I guess because he's so big.
Yeah, he's my goalkeeper. You can't have him anymore. We're drafting teams now.
What race do you think Waluigi is? This is the podcast that asks.
Look, we're approaching
What if you bought Mario on Ice and it was just like a gritty game where he's trying to like score meth under a bridge and they're like, yeah, Nintendo took an insane turn. We thought we'd go in a different creative direction about an ice addiction in Rockhampton about the Mario brothers, but no one was into that game.
Well, you know how
Mario on Ice.
You know,
hey,
you know you play Mario
can
Kart,
I get a syringe?
and you get the rainbow, and then it goes like.
Yeah.
Imagine if there was like a cracked version of that game where he goes over an ice cube, and then you get to see how do you play this game if he was on ice.
Yeah.
And he just can't make a decision.
It's like, congratulations, you found a needle out the back of a center link.
That's when Waluigi
and then he like
turns
does
up.
and then he does a backflip.
Waluigi's definitely the drug
Then
dealer
it's like,
of
oh
Mario
no,
Kart.
you got a blood infection from the needle, and then it's like, burp, 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 and you got to start again. Game over. Mario on Ice. There you go.
So I'm really leaning towards us clicking on Nintendo 64.
I think it's a bad idea. I think we should go to the movie, and we've only got 20 minutes remaining, so we've got to do it.
All right, so
Let's go to the movie.
Where is that?
First, under just the intro bit, it is the last line that says a film dramatization. When you click on that, it'll take us to the movie. I'm pretty I think this is a better strategy.
Okay.
Right.
This is another Tetris themed page, though, but...
Let's do it. We're making our first click. All right, we're at Tetris the film. Now, the tricky aspect of this as well is that I'm fairly certain Heated Rivalry does not have big stars in it. I think the two male actors who played the protagonists are famous now, but it was very much off the back of it being... Now, here's the thing. Tetris... So it is a 2023 biographical black comedy thriller based on true events around the race to license and patent the video game Tetris from Soviet Russia in the late 1980s during the Cold War. I'm going to say, for a guy who doesn't play Tetris nor has seen this film, I feel like I was pretty on the ball about all the Cold War Russia stuff. Now,
are you just giving yourself a big pat on the back?
Dude, we lost Origin last night in one of the great... I'm in a deep depression. I need some sort of help. You know who you call when you're depressed about Origin? Beyond Blue. Thank you.
Okay. Interesting. We've definitely gone down a bit of a movie path here, but how about this for our next click? If you go down to critical reception of this Tetris movie on the review aggregator website, and this is the hyperlink, Rotten Tomatoes, 82% of 190 critics' reviews are positive with a rating of 6.7. Rotten Tomatoes, was this movie a hit for the year that it was released?
Tetris or
No.
Heated Rivalry.
Heated Rivalry.
Heated Rivalry is a TV show as well.
Oh.
You keep saying movie, but it's a TV show. So I don't know if it would be on Rotten Tomatoes. I do
So
think...
then why are we on a movie page? Because we're trying to get to an actor.
Because, let me tell you this, the movie Tetris was released by Apple TV Plus in one of their like rare, decreasingly rare, but pivots into film. Mm-hmm. So Apple TV Plus, if we clicked on Apple TV Plus, you've got to imagine it gets us to HBO. Now, I know you're dubious of the HBO option, but Heated Rivalry, I would say, has been like an absolute smash hit. It has pierced pop culture in a absolutely almost blanket way. I know no one in this room has seen it, which kind of undermines my point. But Ava's in year 10. It's far too rude for Ava. And then Paige was moving to the Sunshine Coast. Like, she didn't have time for TV. So there's like, we all have excuses as to why, but most people in my life, Verena, our old boss when we worked in Townsville, has like texted me multiple times being like, hey, I know you're so busy with everything that you watch. You've got to prioritize Heated Rivalry. Like, she was like blanketing me with it, saying I've got to watch it. So people loved this show. And also we've only made one click. So if we click now on Apple TV Plus for our second, get to HBO for our third, we still have 2 clicks in the bag to get to an HBO show from this year.
Yes, but don't you remember when we went to the HBO page last time?
But that was in the practice episode. We didn't have our skills.
Yeah, I know, but I remember we have to lean on past experiences. I'm sure it didn't have a list of like all their shows or anything. There was lots of countries listed. I'm just nervous about going to that page and being
But I think
stuck.
I think
it could be your standard definition TV.
I'm willing to ride on this. I think we should click on Apple TV Plus right now and get to HBO. Will you come with me, brother? Once more into the fire.
I'm very conflicted today. I'm still reeling off last week's embarrassment on this podcast, but also I know you feel shit because you lost Origin last night. So I kind of just want to give my little friend a bit of a win here. So I'll do it.
Thanks, buddy.
Yeah.
Thanks for giving the little cane toad a win. All right, we're making our second click on Apple TV Plus. Okay, we're at, what are we at? Oh, we've only used 13 minutes. I think we're pretty good on timing clicks. Now, here we are. We are at Apple TV. Now, Apple TV netted a Primetime Emmy Award for Outstanding Comedy Series, Ted Lasso. Ted Lasso is about soccer. It's another sport show, as is ice hockey. Food for thought. Now, Tim Cook is here. I'm seeing a lot.
I'm seeing Sesame Street. I'm seeing Steven Spielberg.
Oh, okay, well, I've got HBO. The service was expected to feature both original content free to its owners of Apple devices, as well as the subscription channels from legacy media companies such as HBO and Starz. So we can very quickly and easily get to HBO if we want to take that route. But I think because we're okay on time, we can look around.
Now,
did you watch Ted Lasso?
I've seen like 2 seasons of it.
Because so most of it.
How many seasons is it?
You said that with a tone of like, I've seen like a couple of episodes. You're like, oh, I've seen like 2 complete seasons of it.
Honestly, I've only watched it on airplanes.
Interesting.
I've never sat down because I've never had an Apple TV. Is it on Apple TV?
Yeah.
I've never had a subscription. At one point in time, after being very generous with the dog sitting arrangement, my dog sitter had signed in on my TV, so I got to enjoy Apple TV Plus programming for quite a number of months, actually.
And what happened?
He changed the password. Which I thought was a very dick move.
It is a dick move.
The least he could do, I let him look after my dog in my house, and he could have at least let me stay on his subscription.
Did you have a long-term girlfriend before your current wife in the age of multiple streaming sites? I'm trying to say, like, have you ever had
No.
You wouldn't have had the situation with an ex still on your stuff because you've been with Lucy since streaming was big.
Also, I only ever had eyes for my wife. I would never share passwords with another woman.
Yeah, right.
And I knew that even when I was in previous relationships.
Even in previous relationships before you'd met Lucy,
no.
you were like, you're not my wife.
And
you were anti.
If you watch this, babe, I want you to know that, okay?
Archie, we call him anti-Borat because he was just going around to women saying, not my wife. Not you.
Yeah.
I mean, I've literally been in relationships with people where I've been like, we're not going to get married, obviously.
Well, don't you famously have a story about a shared password that you had with an ex on Disney Plus?
It was Disney Plus.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, Georgia was
Georgia
rocking.
1 or Georgia 2?
Georgia 2.
Yeah, see, Bretz has dated multiple women with the same name, so we have to refer to them with a number at the end of them, just so I know which era of your life we're talking about.
It's not that crazy. It went...
Well, Oprah 4, she was awesome.
Oprah?
Yeah, I can't believe you found 3 other Oprahs.
Can't believe it. It was incredible.
That was pretty cool.
Should have married the rich one.
Yeah, but she wouldn't give you a car.
No, she was out. Yeah, because it went... My girlfriend in high school was Katie.
1 or 2?
Well, obviously 1. It went Katie, Georgia, Katie. It was No, it didn't. It went Georgia. Georgia was first. I'm wrong. It went Georgia.
I don't know.
I'm not, by the way, all incredible women and who I respect very much. I'm not just saying it. It went.
I'm still convinced
it
that
went
one of these,
this.
I mean, it was a shame. I saw all your high school mates on the weekend. I should have said, these women with the same name, boys. Where are these women? Are some of them from preschool?
I'm almost certain for listeners, apologies for the lack of invitation, but I did have a 30th lunch on the weekend that most of you weren't invited to. Flights from Detroit were just too expensive at that time of year.
Yep.
But yeah, you met for the first time like 14 of my high school like closest friends. You were getting dirt from them along the way, but I don't know if we got into it. It was, to finish this point, it was a Katie sandwich where Georgia's were the bread. It went Georgia, Katie, Georgia. And then a long-term relationship that wasn't any of those names.
Yeah.
So it was
do
fine.
you think you might relapse to a Katie or a Georgia?
Every now and again, I
you just see one of those names pop up on Hinge.
I wake up
like,
in a cold sweat.
Ooh.
I wake up in a cold sweat, hankering for a hit of Georgia.
Georgia 3.
I literally
where
believe.
Are you?
I believe
Will
they
we
are.
find you, Georgia 3. And if your name is Georgia and you listen to this podcast and you have never dated Bretz, boy, oh boy, do we want to hear from you. Please DM us. Please send us on a journey.
I will admit, whenever I meet a Georgia or a Katie, I'm like, I have a little bit of Scooby-Doo, like.
Well, it's kind of like, you know what's beautiful about that? It's like Goldilocks. You had Georgia 1, you were like, ooh, too hot. Georgia 2 was like, ooh, too cold. You're looking for Georgia 3.
Don't
just right.
I know the analogy you're trying to make, but that was so brutal to Georgia 2 to be like, Georgia 1 was too hot. I simply couldn't be with Georgia 2. I mean, none of them will listen to this. They hate me. But, like, it would be funny if one of them accidentally. No, I'm on good terms with all of them, I think.
Well, I tell you what,
maybe not.
We are dying to have our first celebrity guest on this podcast, and I'm putting the call out there.
Remember when we worked at the radio station in Townsville and it was Valentine's Day and our boss was like, I think what would be awesome is if we got one of your exes on to interview them about what went wrong. And he was like, and I was like, I don't know, man. And he was like, nah, it'd be great for the show. And almost like insisted. And we ended up getting Amber. We didn't like, who wasn't an ex, but was someone who had rejected me. But
It's okay. Her name wasn't Katie or Georgia.
Yeah,
exactly. It was never going to work.
Well, none of them worked either.
I'm telling you, the Goldilocks theory is in play.
Yeah.
I can't wait to be there.
What if it's like, he can't be with a Katie, he can't be with a Georgia, and on the Goldilocks, I meet a girl named like Gatey. I'm like, oh wow.
I tell you what,
this is my friend you should meet, Georgia. She's like a hybrid of everything I love.
And at that wedding, I will be wearing a wig that will resemble Goldilocks, and I'll be sitting there just.
If you wear a wig to my wedding, that would be awesome.
There's something else you just said that I wanted to touch on. I realised that whilst we said we were going to spend all this time, when we had a lot of time to come up with a good strategy, we've now just completely
dissected my dating life for like the better part of 12 minutes and wasted all of our time, and now we're not going to win.
I was going to say that I know that idea was pitched to you on the radio show to get your ex on for Valentine's Day. And after you left me, broke up with me, and decided to go live in England, the guy who replaced you,
Donnie, friend of the show,
on Valentine's Day the next year, we did get his ex-wife on the show on Valentine's Day, and I read her a poem apologising for his poor behaviour over their marriage of 9 months.
That's like genuinely crazy that she came on the show.
They don't speak anymore.
Oh.
Don't know if it's because of the poem. I thought the poem was good.
Because I thought, sorry, Donnie, that we're unpacking this, I thought they were on like crazy good terms if she came on the radio show.
No, they were. I actually don't know what the current status is, but no, she was lovely. She came on the show a couple of times, actually.
I'm actually a bit unhappy with Donnie at the moment because
he supports Queensland like you.
Well, he does support Queensland, and last night at halftime when we were up 20-6,
yep,
he shared a picture of Billy Slater as a child in Queensland colours, being like current mood, and literally AB said to me, "Geez, I hope Donnie hasn't jinxed this." So is Donnie
to blame?
Solely responsible for the loss last night, potentially?
All right, let's get back on track.
Okay, should we?
By the way,
I think we should go to HBO. I am convinced.
So you don't know any of the actors who are in this TV show at all? Like there's hyperlinks on this Apple.
I'm not kidding. Like one of them 100% is now getting famous. Like he hosted SNL the other week, but like I think they were genuine unknowns. I think that's part of the charm of the show.
There's a hyperlink here for the Nobel Peace Prize. Did someone who won that maybe appear in this TV show?
Let's do HBO. You ready?
Well, this is your standard definition, but let's do it.
Okay, so we are at what? How many clicks have we done? 3? We've gone. What do we do? How many clicks have we got?
I'm still trying to find HBO.
Oh, it's in like the second bit.
Okay.
What do we do? I've lost track of what we did. We went from Tetris to the movie Tetris. So that's 1 click. To Apple TV, that was our second click. This is our 3rd click. So we have 2 clicks remaining. So in these 2 clicks, okay, well, here we go.
So what have we got? We've got 2 clicks remaining. Sorry, I was still looking for HBO. I just found it.
We've got 2 clicks remaining, and this is hectic. We've got HBO launched at 7:30 p.m. in 1972. The inaugural program and telecast was during a National Hockey League game. So we're literally at the Hockey League, but it doesn't mention... Come on, bro. There's got a list of HBO channels, current sisters, blah, blah, blah.
So is your theory right now that...
Programming, here we go.
Are you looking for you reckon the TV show is going to be on this page, or do you think it's going to...
I'm firstly looking for it to be on this page, but I have an alternative idea if it doesn't show up.
Can I pitch something?
Please do.
Okay. Underneath other services, HBO HD, it does say here that they have this thing called Comcast Xfinity, which began down converting HBO with Cox Communications and Optimum, as well as, and this is the exciting thing, Direct TV. Now, Direct TV is a hyperlink.
Don't you dare.
What do you think
Don't you dare.
about that? Because I've got a sneaky suspicion it'll list all of these things that have been released under the format and aspect ratio of Direct TV. If that doesn't have
it's
heated rivalries on that page, then I'm suing Wikipedia.
Okay, I'm seeing so many.
Not picking up you like the theory.
I'm not, because it is exactly what we did last week and it didn't work. My issue here is that I'm at. Oh my God! How could they not mention their biggest show? Okay, here we go.
No, there is under programming, it's got a lot of their original series that they've released. There's things like The Gilded Age, House of Dragon, Euphoria. Well, there actually is quite a few programs listed on this page. We've got Last Week Tonight with John Oliver. I mean, geez, that would have been nice if Heated Rivalry was there. I mean...
How long have we got? 7 minutes. My issue is that it's a very long page. I'm wondering if we go to Canada.
Well, we can't. We can't click on a country.
No, sorry. To there's bits in here that are about their Have I screwed us? The Sopranos, Sex and the City.
Yes.
HBO's Sunday night lineup became very popular.
There's a big thing here with all their specials as well, but this was sports programming, professional and tournament sports.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, whether we use this to get to hockey, but I have no hope that the National Hockey League would mention it. It'd be like, by the way, there was a show about hockey as well, and it was about XYZ. So I don't know if that would work. I wonder, there is a separate page for HBO's Sunday night lineup. Now, that is where they put all of their big shows. It's where Sopranos went for years, where Game of Thrones went for years. Anytime they get a show that they think is going to be a guaranteed hit, they put it on a Sunday night. I'm not certain that Heated Rivalry was a Sunday night show, but everything I know about it in terms of its impact and its marketing indicates to me that it would have been a Sunday night show. So we could click on HBO's Sunday night lineup and just hope and pray that Heated Rivalry was one of them.
Really quick one. With 5 minutes to go, this is a series. There's a thing here about Cinemax also began airing adult-orientated softcore pornographic films and series. Softcore pornography and television series.
Stop making that hand gesture while you talk about softcore porn. You're like softcore porn.
I don't know what to do with my hands when I'm talking about this topic, but softcore pornographic films and series is there. Now, would you class Heated Rivalries as a softcore pornographic film or series?
Without having seen it, I'm pretty sure there is very steamy gay sex in the show.
That sounds to me like the definition of softcore pornographic series or films.
Where is that bit?
It is, it's in under channels, and it's in under current sister channels. I mean, for the purposes of fun, I do believe we should go there. There is also a hyperlink after that to containing strong sexual content, but that is actually just a Wikipedia page for sex.
What?
More formally known as sexual intercourse, coitus, or copulation.
I can guarantee the person who started that Wikipedia page has never had sex.
100%.
Just thinking about it so much, being like, well, I'm never going to get to have it. What will I do?
I reckon
I'll start a free encyclopedia webpage about it.
Now, look, the big risk here, of course, is
by the way, we've only got...
The big risk here is, of course, if they don't list a whole bunch of softcore porn TV series. So it's up to you, mate. I'm letting you decide. Are we going to the HBO Sunday lineup, or are we going the fun way to softcore porn?
I think softcore pornographic films is more... But they're not specifically softcore pornographic... HBO film. It's just the idea of softcore pornography.
So you don't think would Brokeback Mountain be on that page?
No, because that's I think we should go to the Sunday night lineup and just take the punt. I'm sorry to be boring
fine.
and not take us to porn.
That's fine, but we are definitely going back to that page at the end of this to find out if I was right.
We can more than happily do that. All right, I need to re-find their Sunday night lineup.
Yeah, was that near the top?
I've completely lost it now. Oh, we're running out of time.
This is the problem with porn. It really distracts you.
It is.
Sometimes softcore porn doesn't distract you as much as the other porn, but it's still equally annoying.
Porn has ruined many lives, and we can now add ourselves to that list.
We can add podcasting to that list
I can't
too.
believe the National Hockey League is on here. Like, oh.
You don't remember where you saw Sunday lineup?
I'm now wondering whether we go to National Hockey League and be like, it featured prominently in the show Heated Rivalry. Let's do it. Let's go to the National Hockey League.
Okay, I've got to get down to sports.
No, you don't. It's in the top. It's in the very top. It's in history, the last paragraph of history. Let's do it. National Hockey League, bang. All right, we have 1 click remaining. We need it to be on this.
Just media coverage. Here we go.
Yep.
I'm scrolling down to media coverage.
I mean, popularity.
Club participation.
Come on, buddy. There's got to be something about, like, it was featured in.
What about just the sport?
No, we've only got 1 click.
Yeah, no, I know.
We can only go to...
We need to see it on this page.
Heated Rivalry needs to be on this page.
History.
I should have gone to the Sunday night thing.
Well, we should have gone to softcore porn, let's be honest.
I've really cooked this. The softcore porn thing's looking really smart. Really smart. SBN, Hulu. Oh, there's so much mention of television. Nah, we've only got 1 click and we've got like...
It's okay. We still have 90 seconds.
90 seconds.
This is always the most boring part of the game because we're rapidly trying to get out of the woods here. You'd
think they'd be like, it featured prominently in the recent HBO hit Heated Rivalry.
Rules. I guess we're on actually the NHL. We're not on the sport of hockey.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean. Nah.
This was a tough ask.
I think Claire from Detroit has absolutely bedonked us here.
And she did say if we lose, we do have to do a live show from Detroit.
Guess we better book our tickets. Do Jetstar, do Sunshine Coast Marcoola Airport to Detroit direct? I'd be hoping so. If they don't, that is a route that they need to be looking at.
I can tell you right now, they better show Heated Rivalry on that flight.
You only watch Ted Lasso on planes.
That's
famously.
True. And that is my one bugaboo about flying. If they don't have that, I'm not flying with them.
Yeah.
That's why I'll never fly Malaysian Airways.
Well,
they have vetoed Ted Lasso.
Is that what happened?
Yeah.
Is that what MH17 is just somewhere watching Heated Rivalry and Ted Lasso on loop? We've got like 20 seconds. I really do believe I've skimmed this entire thing and there is no mention of it. All right.
With 20 seconds to go,
we just
waving the white flag, which resembles the colour of an hockey rink that has done us today.
Yeah. Okay. With 10 seconds, yeah, that's it. That's time. Let's call it right here.
HBO again.
Okay, let's go back.
I want to see softcore porn.
We have a loss. Claire, congratulations to the Clickhead.
Well done.
You beat us. I'm going back to HBO's Sunday nights just to be... this is going to...
Well, while you do that, I'm going to go into the softcore pornographic film and TV show thing.
You
okay?
do.
Now, what's really interesting about the softcore pornography Wikipedia's page is that the display photo that they use for this particular topic, it looks like Tinkerbell in a gown with a dove flying onto one of her fingers. What the hell does that have to do with softcore porn? Are you looking at it? What do you think?
Well, I guess that was like porn started in like paintings.
You're such a pervert.
I did, but it did.
Such a pervert. Oh man, I tell you what,
I went to a sex museum.
I am glad we did not use our penultimate click to go to softcore porn. It is shorter. This page is one of the smallest Wikipedia pages I've ever seen.
Of course it is. Because it's not even porn. It's just softcore.
But the hyperlink said softcore pornographic films and series. All of those wordings was the hyperlink.
It's such an odd thing to like be able to classify because it is so subjective. Like what you think is softcore, I might think is like if I was like a nun and I'd like nuns probably think like what we would consider softcore porn is like absolute hardcore porn.
There it is. It's on softcore porn.
Is it actually?
Under history, it says... After numerous softcore films with a wide range of production costs were released to mainstream movie theaters, especially Emmanuel, Alice in Wonderland, Heated Rivalry.
That's just bullshit.
Oh, how good would it be if it was, though?
It'd be awesome.
Heated
Rivalry is also not on the Sunday night. It didn't show on Sundays.
I fucking knew it.
So, unfortunately, we've lost. At least we have the comfort of knowing no matter which way we did, we were stuffed.
Yeah, I guess.
Not unlike war. No matter which way you go, it's not going to end well.
Just that's what the soldiers of today will talk about.
I guess soldiers of today.
Well, we're feeling like Heated Rivalry.
What? In that we're about to have sex, you and I? on an ice rink. I haven't seen the film.
Ever since I said softcore, get your mind out of the gutter.
Well, Heated Rivalry is a sex show.
Do you know where we went wrong today? It was all that Goldilocks chat. Why did we waste so much time talking about your love life?
I feel like you 100% led that topic of conference. I didn't want to talk about my exes.
You could have quashed it.
I've been rattling through defamation laws in the podcasting space for the last half hour about whether one of the Katies or one of the Georges could have. What if there's a class action of people called Georgia? Because there's so many of them who could come and sue me. Anyway.
We can dream.
All right, well, thanks to Claire. You have won today as the Clickhead. We did not manage to fool you. We haven't had a win for a while, so please do send easy suggestions for what we should be playing next week to clickheadspod on Instagram, or you can email clickheadspod@gmail.com. Send us a voice memo because we like having your voice at the top of the show.
I've got a Would You Rather to finish the episode.
Oh, yes, and now we'll do our traditional Would You Rather.
Yep. Would you rather date Katie 2 or Georgia 1 again?
I'm not answering that. You can do a real one if you want. Do you have a real one? Who was it? Katie 1?
No, that was a joke one.
Katie 2 or Georgia 1? I'm not bringing that up. Georgia 1 is absolutely... I think like literally all of them are engaged or married.
Okay,
I'm here doing a podcast with you.
Just joking. We respect all of the Katies and the Georges of the world, and those either of us have previously dated. That is on the record.
Nice.
End of deposition. The time is now 10:57 a.m.
I genuinely do like
no,
all of my ex. I don't have it. Do you have an ex who you're like that cheated on you? Or I didn't have like an ending with someone that was like vicious or anything like that.
No. I just
maybe
remember...
maybe when we were like 18.
I've always wanted to be comfortable enough to talk to my high school girlfriend about what she remembers about us breaking up this famous night at this girl called Hannah's house. Because during our we were sitting on the edge of a driveway, and it was a long, drawn-out conversation.
Classic breakup spot in school as well. So many, if your girlfriend takes you to the driveway, it's over for you, son.
I believe we took each other to the driveway. My memory is that it was very mutual, but during this whole long speech that we were both giving to each other, where it was really obvious that the headline of the email was, we're breaking up.
Who was leading the breakup? Was it you or her?
I think it was mainly her. Which I was okay about.
Yeah.
But it was becoming very emotional, and we'd been drinking all night, and I really needed to pee. So it got to a point, and I'm really... There's 2 women in the office right now, so sorry about this. But I was like, we need to wrap this up because I'm busted. And so that's what ended up happening. Like, eventually, it was just like, okay, we're done. We're through. Bye. And then I went and peed next to the bin.
So your bladder ended the relationship.
You
had the choice between true love or a UTI, and you went with urinating.
But, we hooked up a year later after we broke up, so obviously...
Hell yeah, dude. That's awesome. Thanks for dropping that essential piece of information in. Do you want me to list who I've hooked up with? Is that what this podcast is now?
No, we've been talking for way too long.
We have. We really have.
I've got a good would you rather.
Okay.
Would you rather have to support the Blues for the rest of your life, but it means that you can never watch a game of... I know the one you're trying to... I know the one you're trying to say. I'm still tired from yesterday.
Is this the one you're trying to say? Would you rather, knowing that your team's going to win? So for Queensland, I know that Queensland are going to win every game for the rest of my life, but I'm not allowed to watch it.
Yep.
Or it's like it currently is. It's 50-50. Like it's just normal stakes, but I get to watch the games. So do I want to guarantee my team the win, but I'm never allowed to watch it again? Is that what you're trying to say?
I've got a different one.
Okay.
Would you rather... I think I've had some of that ice that Mario was getting.
I think you sound like you're on Rockhampton Luigi juice.
Okay. Would you rather have to feel... You get to support Queensland, but every time they win, you have to feel the sensation of being kicked in the balls, or you just support the Blues?
Queensland.
I know. You told me last week how much you hate getting kicked in the balls.
I do, but I love Queensland winning so much more.
So
if you could tell me last night, if you could take me back to last night and say Tedesco doesn't get that ball down and Queensland hang on to win 20-16, but right now you have to kick me as hard as you can in the balls. I really do hate being kicked in the balls.
I know you hate getting kicked in the nuts.
Does anyone not? Who's out here being like, I kind of like it? Actually, that probably is someone's thing.
Oh, there are people.
Yeah, true.
Actually, there's a whole list of them on the softcore porn page. You wouldn't believe it.
And they love Heated Rivalry.
Yeah.
I'll do it for the state.
Okay.
You can kick my balls for the state.
Okay, cool. But you'd be a winner if you supported the Blues, mate.
Just last night. All right,
last
that's a
night.
good one. All right, Clickheads, thank you. Please send your suggestions and your voice memos to the page as you have been doing. We love you. And hopefully we can get a much-needed win soon. Not unlike the state of Queensland.
See you next week.
Bye.